of the 1990-91 college season. And here's a guy you'll see a lot of. Allan Houston gets the season's first vote. Columbia State Community College in Lebanon, Tennessee. Allan Houston fires it up and hits over the top of Tony Lewis.
Passed the ball well. Houston tries a three. It's good.
He's a finesse player if there ever was one. And here you see him hang in the basket, go all the way under, and look at the spin on that shot. Puts enough English.
Allan Houston, nice.
And with the 11th pick in the 1993 NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons select Allan Houston from the University of Tennessee.
Houston. You saw his dad who coached him to him. Running to Houston.
Yeah, this is something else against one another as you get a look at the replay here.
Yeah, in the Olympics, the practice Olympics, isn't it?
By first quarter. Houston for three.
Hold off the Pacers until this dynamic second unit can get on the court.
Nice drive by Allan Houston. Went one off. Houston against Miller. Baseline drive.
Pacers love to establish Rick Smits early, but the game is just not there at all for Rick.
Houston. And Allan Houston will look to push. Of course, the New York Knicks, they'd like to get up and down. Allan Houston, it's a 2. Foot was on Houston sneaks around Bryant and one. Allan Houston on fire. He has.
Van Gundy calls a play a triangle. That usually means something for Ewing. Allan Houston.
Houston ducks under. Got it! With 8 tenths left.
He is the hero on a tough day. He seals the deal.
But sweet redemption for Allan Houston. And the New York Knicks have become the second team in NBA history to knock off a number one. An 8 over a number one. Only the second time.
And I have the privilege and honor of sitting with one of the greatest Knicks ever, Mr. Allan Houston, All-NBA, All-Star, and All-American in college, All-SEC. I mean, everything goes on. And executive with the Knicks. Being here today and you knowing the importance of family and being there to support. The Knicks is a family, the organization, from everybody to play with Dr. Barnett, going through the years, Ewing, you, and so forth, even to now. How important has being a Knick been in helping the community and being important to helping youth?
Well, first of all, congrats on what you're doing. We got a little history going back to Tennessee. You know, I think about being a Knick and being here celebrating Dr. Barnett is just an honor, because there's a saying, once a Knick. I truly think the reason that is so important is because when you come to New York and you play on that stage and you play in Madison Square Garden, you realize how intense, how magnetic, how energetic, how powerful it is, and the impact that it has on you, but the more so the impact that it has on people. I've gone all over the world, and people know you because of playing on that platform, on that stage. And so when you can honor someone, Dr. Barnett, for what he's doing in the community, how he's helping young people, and continuing his legacy is what it's all about. You know, and when I first signed with the Knicks in '96, one of the things that my mentor asked me, and I was reminded of, is what do you think God's really doing? I mean, he could have brought Reggie Miller here, he could have brought Steve Smith here. The rumors that Michael Jordan could have been a Knick, but no, he chose you for a reason, and I just wanted to maximize, my time.
And then, in addition to that, and speaking about foundations, the Allan Houston Legacy Foundation, the things that you all are doing in the community, have done, and continue to do. Can you tell us about that and how people can connect and support everything that you all are doing?
Well, the Allan Houston Legacy Foundation is an extension of my family, my background, my father, growing up in Louisville, Kentucky, playing at the University of Tennessee. My uncle My grandfather, my late William Lee Keene, was one of the all-time winningest basketball coaches in high school history before integration. My father became a pioneer at the University of Louisville and the first black coach in SEC history. So the principles that I acquired from coaches, from leaders, from community impactors, that's my legacy, and it comes down to 5 words: faith, integrity, sacrifice, leadership, and legacy. So through my foundation, we work with young people, we work with leaders. We want to empower them with these values so that they can, we say, live better, perform better, and lead better. And that's our goal.
And we're at the 25th anniversary of the shot that knocked the Heat out of the 99 playoffs and spearheaded that memorable run to the 1999 finals. Your Knick career, what are your top 3 memories playing for the Knicks?
Well, it would have to be, the first would probably be when we beat Indiana in Game 6 of the 1999 Eastern Conference Championship to go to the NBA Finals. My daughter was born the next day. My wife was, I'm just grateful she didn't have the baby at the game. Remy was born the next day. We knew that had we won that game, we were going to the NBA Finals, and we were going to have to pray that, we can induce and she could be born the next day. So June 12th, 99, that's my greatest memory. The shot against the Heat earlier in that series was probably my next, and my third was probably my career high against the Lakers. My dad, after the game, I had 53 points and I missed 2 free throws. And my dad said, "How'd you miss those 2 free throws?" So that's really that was one of the funniest and most symbolic, memories of that game, because everything we're talking about now is based on restoring people back to the Father.
Exactly.
Restoring people back to not only the Father here, but the Father in heaven. And that was a conversation, a small, funny conversation that really symbolized, what he's always meant with my mother, my family, and now my wife and I have 7 children. And it's a blessing to be in that position now as a father, to every day see how you can help your children be the best they can be. And his name is David, and I told him I'm gonna put him on the spot. I'm gonna have him ask you a question, all right? We were just talking about you.
Literally, he must have heard us.
Yeah, and then you called, so this was meant to be.
Well, just remember, I'm 80 years old now, so if I say something, don't record me, because it might be something a little bit off the cuff.
Hey, it's all good. That's what Pops do. And keep it real. My dad did that this morning when I talked to him. So my question to you, before you coached at Tennessee, you was an assistant under Denny Crum. And at that time, you had a lot of success at Louisville. What was the most important thing that you learned from him that helped you in continuing your coaching career at the University of Tennessee?
Well, we used to go out and talk to Coach Wooden every year. Sometimes we meet him at the Final Four, and Coach Crum coached under Coach Wooden and played for Coach Wooden. Yeah. And the thing I always got from those meetings was that the team was more important than any individual. And we very seldom had any one player on those Louisville teams that averaged over 14, 15 points a game, with the exception maybe Darryl Griffith, who probably averaged about 19 to 20. So, but teamwork and developing a system where we would identify players, not necessarily how good they were, but did they fit our system. So I think it's like any other organization, whether it's an NBA team or business, you have to find the right people and pieces to plug in. Otherwise, it doesn't work. But the team itself was just better than than having one individual that was going to average a lot of points, and it worked for us. We had 6'8" athletes who could play 5 positions. And I had NBA guys used to come to me and say, "How do you switch on defense? How do you get interchangeable parts?" And then I started seeing more and more where teams started to do that. You know, they'd have 5 guys, 6'8" guys that could defend the point guard, 6'4" point guard that could defend the low post. And that system just worked for us.
Well, I appreciate that answer. And also, I saw you running routes out there at Cowboy Stadium. Any chance of joining them for the rest of the season? I mean, hey.
I think they would move me as a starting tight end.
All right, well, I appreciate it. It's great talking to you, and I wish you the best, and also happy belated birthday to you.
Thank you. Great to talk to you also.
Thank you.